The Ravens are f***ing ass. Lana Rhodes, booty cheeks.
The Ravens?
Full on, tushy. Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. It is Monday. Happy Monday. I'm Adam. Hey, good to see you again. How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah, what'd you do yesterday?
Went to the Commanders-Packers game and immediately after watched the Niners lose and then took a 3.5-hour train ride back to the city.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Yummy.
It was cool to go to Washington, D.C., but I don't know. I'm
What's the
tired.
stadium like? Is it all?
It's a pit. It sucks.
What does that
It's
mean?
pretty shitty.
It's like old as hell, isn't it?
Matan was there too.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Yaz
was actually excited about it because I think everyone on Twitter was telling her it was like the worst stadium in America, which
I mean,
definitely isn't.
You know what I said, when we were talking about it this morning, Matan, I was like, all right, so the best way to compare it is that it's like one of those really old, like Wrigley Field, Fenway Park, like old stadiums.
Old baseball
don't have
stadiums with a lot of history, but this one.
But this has no history or character. Like, it has nothing else.
Does it really have no history?
It's just kind of like a concrete slab.
Yeah, it's
with
just like.
Well, that's what most stadiums are, aren't they?
I would at
guess.
least hope if it's a
Nah,
shitty
go to
stadium, you got
Dallas,
troughs to piss in. There's not one trough.
Oh, you're a trough guy?
Oh, I'm a huge trough guy. Are you not a trough guy?
It's
Everyone's
too
putting their
gross.
Washington doesn't
in
have
the
history,
same
though.
spot.
You talk
The
about,
same
like,
with every single urinal you ever go to.
Dude.
Yeah, but the urinal at least has some
The
independence.
urinals,
with
there were
it.
no dividers too between them.
The bathrooms were gross.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Bottom tier.
Wait, you said it was troughs or was no troughs?
No
troughs.
Oh, you
No
prefer the
troughs.
troughs.
I
That's
prefer a
disgusting.
trough.
I agree.
That's
It's
disgusting. But I want to start with the Bucks game.
Yeah, I didn't
Talk
watch
about
it.
it
So.
Losing to the Panthers.
Yeah. I had a feeling the Panthers would come out with something, some heat. Just because obviously because you lose Christian McCaffrey. You're talking about trading away Burns. I guess they want to keep Burns now, but DJ Moore possibly out of Carolina as well. So it's like they have something to fight for. You know, it's like that stat when teams lose their head coach, they play better the next week.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this wasn't a head coach situation. Well,
But it was their star player.
But it was like the star player, and
It's also like
There you
it creates that full-on underdog mentality, in my opinion.
you got to play for something.
Yeah,
Well, because think about it. Like, if you're playing for the Carolina Panthers and you lose Christian McCaffrey, now everybody's talking about how f***ing ass you are, and everybody's talking about San Francisco, how they won the trade and
that's
all this
giving
stuff.
Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard I bet. Like, we
And
don't
not
give a
only that,
fuck
but the
guy.
whole team. It's like, bro, we're more than one player.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we're
Especially
more than
a
one
running back.
A running back who doesn't even play because he's injured like half the season every year. So it's like Carolina came to play. I mean, at the end of the day, but yeah,
It was in Carolina
Props to
too,
them.
right?
Yeah.
it was in Carolina.
And not only that,
Keep pounding.
their defense played well.
Yeah.
Like against the Bucks. Now the air went out the first play of the game. Mike Evans had like a wide open 60-yard
Was
bomb.
that the
and he
first
dropped
play?
It might have been it was the first drive.
First drive, yeah.
And Mike
That
Evans
was
was
bad.
wide
I saw
open
that, yeah.
and he dropped it.
Would that change the dynamic of the game if you would have caught that?
100,000%.
Yeah,
I
dude,
think
it's plays like that change the whole way a game is played. Like, I mean, I had to bring because I only watched a few games yesterday because I was at the Commanders.
you had to
one.
work.
But yesterday, when I was watching the Niners game too, you have Jimmy G throw a pick in the end zone right there. That changed the whole dynamic of the whole game. Dropping a pass that's like a 60, 70-yard bomb. That there's just
Wide
big
open,
plays
too.
like that. Momentum's a huge thing.
I think also with the Bucks, and we were talking about this earlier, is the Bucks' biggest issue right now is they're losing games because of Tom Brady. And I think at some point what we always talk about, and let me preface this argument by saying Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's the best quarterback of all time. He's got the best accolades.
Yeah, cool.
But at some point, you got to play a team sport. And Tom Brady going to Robert Kraft's wedding, Tom Brady missing the walkthrough, flying separately to the game, Tom Brady missing the preseason because of the divorce, all these off-field distractions are forcing this team to not be able to buy in together.
I mean, let's make it abundantly clear. The Bucks' biggest issue is Tom Brady.
Yes.
They're winning in spite of him when they do win, and they're losing because of him when they lose.
And yeah, they got injuries, but everyone's got fucking injuries.
Every team has.
Yeah,
That's why I don't like the
I
injury
hate this.
thing. It's a bad excuse. I mean, I first of all didn't watch the game. You don't gotta
don't
watch.
even need to.
You don't gotta watch the damn game. You look at the score.
What was
That's
it, 21
pathetic.
21-3 or something?
You don't
Doesn't
score
even-
a
doesn't
fucking
even
touchdown
matter.
against the
You
Panthers.
lost to you lost to PJ Walker.
Yo,
Hey, XFL
that boy.
legend,
I would
though.
say XFL quarterbacks. Big day for them yesterday.
Heineke,
Taylor
right?
Taylor Heineke too. Yeah.
The Washington Heinekes.
Yeah,
But
he looked like shit, but they
dude,
still won.
I'm so fed up.
He was so bad. But
I'm
I
so
love
fed up
Heineke.
with people though because if you our comments have been oh, you can't blame Tom Brady.
can't-
He's going
yeah.
through a divorce, all this. Then don't fucking play. I get. I'm just saying then take time off. Don't fault
you
your
think,
team.
You think all these other athletes don't have personal shit going on? Everyone has personal shit
Everybody's
going on.
going through shit.
The other
Like-
thing is, like, he looks angry on the sideline
Angry.
at his teammates
Well, that's
who,
my
like, have
biggest
done
problem.
nothing wrong.
And
but
with him not eating and the
play.
cheeks look a lot skinnier, like he looks a lot
Like,
angrier.
they're playing. Yeah, that he is projecting.
That's my biggest problem is kind of like the attitude with his teammates. On top of the fact, like if you couple that with the fact that you said he's not going to Wednesday practices, he's going to Robert Kraft's wedding and missing team events and stuff like that. So you can't do that and grill your team when they're not performing, but you're not performing either. If you're gonna grill your team like that and try to hold them accountable, you need to be at practice every single day of the week. You need to be the first one in, the last one out, and then. That's cool. And we've seen him do that throughout his career in New England. He always did that. This isn't the first time he's chewing out players and coaches. He's always done that. But at least we knew that he was 100% committed. And now it doesn't seem like he is.
Granted, we'll just play devil's advocate. He's like, you could assume he's probably still could be first one in, last one out type of like. We don't know those specifics. And we talked about this last week. But at some point, you need to hold him accountable. And if you want to be a team, if you're a young kid, think about it like us. If you're on the team and yes, it's great to play with Tom Brady. We talked about it with Aaron Rodgers. You were like, that. At some point, bro, show me the same respect that I want to show you.
Yeah, you're not too good for it.
I was
bro.
gonna say,
At the end
it's
of
Treat
the
me
day.
like a human being.
We've talked about this like a few weeks ago when we were talking about Bill Belichick and how his style of coaching and like leadership might not translate to today's players and everything. You think about like this new age of like social media and everything with like everyone's like way more in the limelight right now. If you choose someone out 20 years ago or 15 years ago, it's not getting all the publicity that it does now, right? And that's Tom Brady's probably been doing that forever. I don't know, but he's doing it now, and it's getting blown up on social media. Same with Bill Belichick. He like leads that way, and it's not really working anymore. I don't think Tom Brady can treat his teammates that way anymore.
He's doing it worse now, for sure.
Yeah,
like
it's way worse
We've
now.
had social media and like good high quality cameras for the last 20 years.
It could be
15
worse,
years.
but he's.
Oh, I'm not blaming it on that.
Now
I'm
we
like
can
saying
see
this
it
Tom
more.
Brady, you have to recognize that and be like, hey, maybe a lot of these new kids,
Yeah,
like
have some type of awareness.
It's a different league now. You can't just shoot people out.
And it's
all
part
the
about
time.
being it's part of being a leader is recognizing how to lead and obviously understanding different personality types and how they absorb coaching. But I think Brady has always kind of done that. Like I said, I think the problem is that he's not showing the level of commitment, and then you're doing this. So I don't want like if who's. And we're gonna talk about Rodgers because he's a problem too. Yeah. But you know, if Ray Lewis is yelling at me if I'm a Ravens defender in 2009, then I'm just like, you're right, because you see that guy working. Yeah. But if you're missing practice here and you're not going to,
you're like, who are you to tell me what to do? And I'm working twice as hard.
Lose respect for them entirely, and like
it's like okay,
Tom Brady's the icon to these guys.
Yeah, but you can have that respect for him. But when you're playing on the same team, you have a similar mindset and goal throughout the year, and you see this guy just like basically take it for granted, think like, oh, I'm better than you guys, I don't got to work as hard. That pisses you off.
Yeah,
and now he's chewing me out on the sideline like, no, buddy, work harder. Like, what are you doing?
My favorite part about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers both being ass is it's like you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become
Rodgers has been
Jay
a villain.
Cutler or some shit.
Yo, what's up with the Jay Cutler slander? We love Jay Cutler.
Jamarcus
over
Russell,
here, right?
like I don't know. It's sad. It really is sad. It's
gotta-
sad because like that's where the legacies you're gonna remember your last thing, and this is. I got one last question, and then I want to move on with Brady. It's like, would you ever bench Brady?
No,
you can't. I mean, Blaine Gabbert, Mizzou legend, just sitting there on the bench waiting away.
Kyle Trask.
No, he.
pull a midseason trade to trade Brady away. That would go bonkers. Nah, you can't bench him now.
It's by far the lowest point in Brady's tenure in Tampa Bay. By far.
Well, Tampa Bay, sure. What
of
about
his
his career?
You think it is? Is this the lowest point
Yes.
of Brady's entire career?
I saw some stat yesterday. I could see if I can find it in a second, but I saw some stat yesterday that was like, since 2002, this is the first time he's been. I think it was below 500 this deep into the season since 2002.
Wow.
Yeah, well, like
Which is insane.
I would say what you're saying with Tampa Bay, the lowest point. No, but like I think this might be the lowest point in his career.
Sucks.
Because like at least back then he was
You
young.
really hate to
It's
see
different.
this.
He's
You
still
hate-
building Tom Brady. Like he was building who he was.
Yeah,
his
it's like
legacy.
fine. You can have your little like play a little bad here and there, but now it's like
As you
got
said,
7 rings, my boy, or
Hey.
6. What is it? 7.
Seven.
Yeah,
severed your
yeah.
relationship to not only lose to Mitch Trubisky, to not only lose to who else did he lose to?
PJ Walker.
PJ
yesterday.
Walker?
He lost to fucking I don't know. They've been bad.
I want to give some flowers to some people.
Yeah.
The Seattle Seahawks. All right.
You ain't gonna catch me clapping for the Seahawks. I'll tell you
The
that.
best team in the NFC West.
I think the Seattle Seahawks might be the best team in the NFC West right now.
No.
They're playing like it. They're playing like it.
I think the Seahawks are the most complete team in the NFC West right now.
Shut the up.
Hold on.
Yeah, they are.
Hold
Golly.
on. Hold on.
You just saying this. Everyone knows this guy's trying to get some clicks because that's a blasphemous statement.
I'm saying
you're getting
because
right
of the
there.
health. They are healthy outside of, some other pieces. Rashad Penny went down, but their offensive line's playing great. Geno Smith's playing like a top 5 quarterback. Tariq Woolen's a fucking freak of nature. You got Kobe Bryant, shout out, R.I.P.
Can we talk
Who else you
about-
got? DK, even though he went down. Kenneth Walker's a fucking homie.
Kenneth Walker looks
The
so
Can we
Seahawks-
good.
the
talk about
Seahawks are
teams
winning
they
in complete
beat?
games.
Can we talk about the teams they beat?
I don't
They
give
beat
a
the Broncos, who we know stink. All right, they beat
Oh,
the Lions,
the
who are no
Broncos
good.
stink, but we're talking about the NFC West, and the Broncos beat the 49ers. Full circle here. Full circle
but
here.
anyway, Broncos stink. Lions not good. All right, Cardinals not good at all, and the Chargers I don't think they're very good
Bro,
either.
you can make that argument with everyone. The NFL sucks right now. Who are the
saying.
Bengals beating? Who have the fucking Giants beating? The Packers are losing. These teams fucking suck.
Just saying.
Everyone sucks in the NFL right now.
Oh, but who did
Yeah.
the Seahawks lose to? Who's one of the losses to? 27-7, by the way. To the San
Hey, it's
Francisco
a marathon,
49ers.
not a sprint.
I love how serious Parodi gets when it's about the
27-7.
Niners.
I mean, I'm just putting that out there, boys.
Tariq Woolen and Kobe Bryant, 2 rookies,
Yeah.
are playing like f***ing all pros right now.
Cool.
It is. It's fantastically cool.
Defense is playing well.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker looks f***ing awesome. Top 5 running back right now in the league.
Yeah, he's sick. I will give Kenneth Walker that.
You want to know my
He's
favorite
fucking
part about
amazing.
this whole thing is they traded Russ away, and obviously we've talked about Geno Smith
better.
outplaying Russ by far. But
Not
the pieces that they added with that trade, like from a
Their
Charles
line is good now.
Cross, like we all were like, oh, their offensive line is fucking ass. No, their offensive line is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Watch what
Finally.
they rebuilt the line in that trade.
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
So not to say that Rush had that line because he didn't, but they did get better. Like
All
they
right.
got better from the trade. It looks like.
If Russell Wilson was on this team right now, would they be better?
How are we not going to consider the way he's playing right now?
No, you're right. It's a poor argument.
Geno Smith is objectively the better quarterback between the two.
Before
right now.
this season, with what we knew from Russ, yes, the Seahawks probably be 5-1 right now.
To what extent is the Seahawks'
Or 6-1.
success credited to Pete Carroll, though?
A lot of
Oh,
it.
a ton of it.
Pete Carroll's one of the best coaches in the league by far.
Is it
I was
Hubba
very
Bubba?
curious to see what he could do.
Is it
without
Hubba
him.
Bubba that he choose? Do we know?
He likes the gum. I knew Sean Payton used to like the juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit.
I
He
don't know
doesn't
what.
chew bubbles though. I feel like he's definitely like a Trident guy.
Is over
Pete
under
Carroll?
like
Yeah,
8
like mint
pieces
for
of gum a
sure.
game?
That
You gotta
that's
keep
why
it-
the Seahawks are good.
You got to
Yeah.
keep it fresh for sure. You can't be on the same page.
I mean, if it is-
breath gotta be smelling good.
If it is bubble gum, well, like that's a problem with juicy fruit. If you have juicy fruit, you gotta
Bro,
put a
juicy
new.
fruit sucks.
Nah,
What?
that's so good.
Juicy
dude.
fruit
What?
sucks.
It's so good.
It's
you
good.
are children.
Are you out of your
if you
mind?
like juicy fruit.
Yeah, we're children.
There's 50
good as
gums
fuck.
better than that. My lord.
there's
Bro,
not.
This is
If
the
you-
guy that was listening to Big Time Rush on the train yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
the guy.
calling us
I'm
children.
surprised you saw that. Yeah, I was listening to halfway there. It's a banger.
Jeez.
But that's not the point that we're talking about here. The point that we're talking about is how I
talking about the
listen to
Seahawks.
Big Time
I
Rush
couldn't even
all
name
the time,
one
and you
song
guys.
from Big
I know,
Time
we're
Rush.
talking
Oh
about
my
the
God!
Seahawks.
Come on, you can't. How can you not
actually-
name a Big Time Rush
I
song?
actually can't.
What's the
Actually
most
can't
popular
do it.
song?
Halfway there might be the most popular
How
one.
does that go? How does that go?
I don't know,
We're
bro.
Halfway there. I can fucking play it right
maybe I've
now.
heard
I love Parodi, bro. He's so funny. He gets so
It's a
defensive about the
great
Niners,
song.
and then he's like a 14-year-old girl's music taste on the
Boyfriend.
inside.
Oh, hold on. Let's go. Wait, I gotta get to the
Bro,
chorus.
you were
Hold on.
listening.
Right here.
Oh yeah, I know this one also.
Nothing's gone.
All right, well, we're about halfway there through
All right,
the
anyway.
season,
You know what
so let's
shit
talk
you gotta
about
be on to
that.
be listening to that on a train after watching a
Yeah,
Commanders
I
Packers
don't know
game?
about that
Yo,
one, bro.
Parodi's
I
all
was
over.
also listening to The Best Day of My Life
He
by
was trying
Jesse
to-
McCartney, who's in the Cinderella
He was
story.
trying
now
to
we're-
make
now we're on
himself
something.
feel better after the Niners loss.
No, I just
I love that. I love that Big Time Rush.
That's
is the
fair.
shit.
That's fair.
I just have a music taste of a 16-year-old
Nah,
girl. And
yeah,
that's fine.
and you
I'm
wear
not
it
mad.
proud, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I would probably go.
Can we
Lion
please
King.
talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, Let's go
Seahawks?
back to no. Shout out to Seahawks. They're
They're
hooping
good.
right
Geno
now. Pure
Smith.
hooper hours for Geno Smith.
It's coming at the perfect time because the Niners we know are a good team, but they're not performing consistently, and they have a
Wow.
shit ton of injuries. I know, injuries. Yeah,
Well, seven defenders, their starters are hurt. So
yeah. So injuries.
yeah,
And then Rams are also inconsistent, and you got one team that is actually performing. It's Seattle.
Seattle.
hey, but I
Although
mean,
Arizona had a big
I
one
would say
on
let's
Thursday,
say
but
Cardinals with D-Hop are a whole different team.
Hold on.
Wait, so are we saying that the Niners could finish last in the NFC West?
They could.
Damn.
Jaw just cracked.
They could. They won't, but they could.
They won't.
I mean,
you see that?
all I'm saying, if big Brock Purdy looked good yesterday when he came in for a bit.
He did.
If Jimmy G,
Brock
if
Purdy
Jimmy
over
G
Jimmy
goes
G?
down, I might be a Brock. Hey, that's Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. I like Brock Purdy, but he's also playing against probably like second, third stringers. So.
Yeah, it's not
The
good.
Chiefs took out.
Yeah, but
everybody.
speaking of another good team, the Bengals. Welcome back to the party.
Give him the flowers.
Congrats, Cincy. Yep.
I mean-
Yep. Joe Burrow looked so good.
They needed to convince y'all. I was always saying that the Bengals they're gonna be fine.
Are we back to saying Joe Burrow's top 5 quarterback in the NFL right
Easily,
now?
yes.
It's easily.
He's thinking about it.
No, I don't think it's easily.
I don't think it's that
Well,
easy.
Herbert sure as ain't there right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he play. Yeah, Burrow's
Oh
playing better than
yeah,
Herbert.
for sure.
Yeah. I would say before I would have said Herbert's probably top 5, and I think Herbert's out. You put Burrow in.
Based off just the last 2-3 weeks, outside of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, is Joe Burrow playing the best football out of any quarterback?
I mean,
Geno Smith, baby.
I would say
Daniel
it's still-
Jones.
I
But,
love
like-
Danny Wheels, but it's probably Joe Burrow.
probably Joe.
It could be Joe.
Once
Not by
people don't
far,
realize,
though.
like, I think people still have that sour taste in their mouth after the first 2 weeks of the year, especially that first game. But like, my dude's been balling this
Yeah, but
year.
Yeah, I wanna look at-
But look, you're supposed to do that.
You're
Playing
supposed to beat the Falcons.
Don't get me wrong.
Just because the 49ers can't beat
You're
the
not
Falcons
supposed
doesn't mean
to put up.
Yes.
You're not supposed to put up 350 yards
No,
in
you're
the
not.
first
That-
half. No one is supposed
Nah,
to
I get
do
that, but you went to the fucking Super Bowl. That's the team we saw that went to the fucking Super
Yeah.
Bowl. A wide receiver trio that can go crazy at any given moment. Joe Mixon who could
Offensive
run the
line,
ball. Offensive
revamp-
line played well.
I was gonna say as soon as that offensive line, because it was gonna take a while for them to start getting clicking. Once they did, that team is going to be fucking.
You want to know why?
terrifying.
You want to know why the Bengals are actually elite right now? Though they haven't allowed a second half touchdown
That-
all season.
Yo, Eli Apple
All
and
season?
All season.
Cheeto Woozier or Woody.
Cheeto,
whatever-
baby. Shout out,
whatever-
go Buffs. Hey.
Yeah, him and Eli Apple, they've combined giving up 1 touchdown this year.
Yeah,
It's
so the
fucking-
secondary's playing well.
Like that's crazy. That's
Like
absurd.
I think that the reason the Bengals look better right now is because of that defense. They're
Yeah.
playing out of their fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's that and the offensive line
hate
looks
it.
good.
Offensive line's good, but Burrow also looks a lot better. He's not
He's
holding
sick.
the ball for as long as he was earlier in the season.
He's running too.
He's running
mobile,
too.
low-key.
A big part of the problems early in the season was he was just holding. He wasn't trusting his offensive line. He wasn't trusting
Yeah.
his reads, which he's doing now. And
Man, you see that fit he
He
showed
only
up
had
to
20
yesterday
yards.
too? He was looking good.
I
My
did
man's
not peep
looking
the
fresh.
fit. I did not peep the fit.
He's hot. He's hot.
He
He's a
only
hot
had
guy.
Yeah.
he only had 20 yards rushing. I thought it was a lot
No,
more.
but he had a rushing touchdown,
but
though.
if you want to talk about rushing yards for a quarterback, Danny fucking
Wheels!
Wheels, 107.
107.
It's the most of his career.
107 yards on the ground. He leads the Giants in rushing. Like what?
No, he didn't lead the Giants in rushing.
Saquon had 110.
Oh,
but DJ had
he
107.
did. I
and a
thought Saquon had, like,
touchdown.
105.
Saquon didn't get in the end zone.
What helps Daniel Jones as a rusher is that you don't like you don't put a spy on Daniel Jones like you put on Lamar and Kyler and other athletic quarterbacks
Well,
like
it's because
that.
he's a real lunch pail type of runner. You know, like
Right,
he's
right.
just
Sneaky
real
athletic.
gritty, you know, a guy that you want to date your daughter. type
What do
of
you
guy.
mean by that?
He's white. That's what I mean by that. That's exactly what I
No,
mean
but he's
by
not
that.
just white. He's as white as it gets because you got white quarterbacks like Joe
He's a-
Burrow,
hey,
and then
shout
you got
out-
he's a
shout
white
out
dude.
quarterbacks like Daniel
Shout
Jones.
out Duke.
He's a white dude that played at Duke. You're not thinking like
Duke.
He also just looks unathletic and
but
is
he's
deceptively
sneaky
athletic.
Like he
Like,
actually is sneaky
he's-
athletic.
Yeah. And the Giants have recognized it really well and have started to run plays for him to run the ball.
I'd like to
Which is
see a
like-
Saquon him RPO.
And like you said, Felipe,
Hell.
nobody's watching for that. Nobody's like, oh, they have a design run for Daniel Jones.
Right.
But it works because they're not. Because I think if you design runs for him, it's not going to go as well as you think. He's really good at just like
They're
creating
sprinkling
something on
them
the
in
fly.
though, like
Yeah.
really well.
It's not. Well, look, bro. If you're
He's a big body too, tough to tackle if you get down the goal line. Like,
we're
6'5".
going,
Like
we're,
175
we're going a little far now. Yeah, we're going a little far now.
No, he's like 6'5", 230. He's big.
Yeah, obviously.
The thing about it is like if you're the Giants and you're dropping back to pass and you're playing against man defense and like I said, there's no spy. It's really easy to run against that. Daniel Jones is really fast, right? But I think we gotta. Well, I'm saying that if Joe Burrow had his wheels, that he'd be running the same way. Like eventually, when defenses start, they got to start putting a spy on him. Eventually, I would say, and he's not going to run for 100-something yards.
gonna open
He's
up
going to
the
run
passing
for
game,
he'll
though.
run for 30 or 40. It should open up the passing game, and then you're going to have to. I think teams are really daring them to run. It's like we'll let you beat us by running the ball, and they're
it's
winning.
working, yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're 6-1.
it's gonna be hard to win the game by passing if you see like all that the receivers he has
facts.
is ridiculously bad.
Daniel Jones and Saquon are currently carrying the entire Giants franchise.
Yes.
No, that
Saquon looks
you know what
great,
it is
too.
They've been great, but that defense
Fantastic.
is for real.
You want to know my favorite part about this whole
Kayvon
NFL
Thibodeau?
world? The NFL world today is I look at the Packers, right? We were just talking about the Packers a little bit. We didn't talk about the Packers yet. We're going to get into the Packers, but here's a good time to talk about the Packers. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any wide receivers to throw to, blah, blah, blah. Who the f*** does Daniel Jones have to throw to?
Yeah, dude.
He's got less talent. You want to say, Daniel Jones has Saquon. He's got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
Yeah.
At what point?
Alan Lazard would be the number one receiver on the Giants right now.
Facts.
100%.
Probably.
I think Romeo Doubs would probably be
Shout
number
out,
2.
shout out.
But like,
good?
That's
you
my guy.
dude, Dobbs. That was
Nah,
a
he
bad
f***ed
by
me in
you.
fantasy
But
this week.
no, I think there's something to be said about it. Like, Daniel Jones is very quietly 6-1. He's a winner.
He's not quiet no more.
No, it's actually very real at this point.
They also just I think they just put up like 3 straight game-winning drives and 3 straight defensive stops to save it. This season, he's been showing. Just if you watch him on the sideline, I'm sorry, I'm not on camera here. I'm behind the camera. But if you watch him on the sideline, the guy like just looks more passionate than he ever has in the last 4 years he's been on the team.
That's good.
And now now that he's been playing great, the team is like, "Fuck yeah, DJ, you're carrying us. Give us a speech, lead us."
And what was that speech? Hey guys, we're gonna get back to work tomorrow. Enjoy this and Giants on 3, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
that was more words though than he said.
That's fine. I mean,
No, I'm not
Bro,
judging. I'm just saying.
He's a play. Let's focus and get it done.
yeah,
guy,
he's
which I can
he's
accept.
very like much about his business. I will say, I know for a fact all those players love him. Like, he's actually a fun dude outside of the media. He doesn't want to portray a big thing. He's a fun ass dude. Like those guys, all of his teammates love to play for that guy, and they love to see it. That's why they all rally around him right now.
You could tell.
Here's the NFL storyline of the entire year: buying into a f***ing system. The Jets and the Giants, talent, and in some pieces, everyone buying into that head coach. On the opposite end, 2 f***ing jackass of quarterbacks. Well, Tom seems nicer, but Aaron Rodgers.
Tom does not seem nicer, bro.
I don't know.
They're both.
I think Tom is probably more of a than Aaron Rodgers, and I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, but the juxtaposition: 2 teams buying into a system, 2 teams buying out of the f***ing quarterback. Sorry, I know I keep cursing, but
You're hot right now.
It's a hot mic right now. But this is the NFL storyline. It's people buying in, people not wanting to buy in. That's why they're winning, and that's why they're losing.
It's nothing new.
It's nothing new.
It's the thing too. Like, look at the Giants. They're 6-1. Adam, name 5 players in the Giants.
Okay, Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, shout out, got hurt. Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, Richie James, Daniel
Adam's
Bellinger.
a dork and a nerd.
A lot of
who
people couldn't
studies.
do that.
Yeah, Adam's actually that was a bad person to ask.
Yeah.
But if you ask that regular,
Average
just like
NFL
average Joe
fan,
Schmo, they cannot name 5 Giants
They
players.
would say like
And
Daniel
they're
Jones,
6-1.
Saquon Barkley. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're 6-1. They bought into Brian Dable completely, and they don't really have any stars besides Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's something to be said about having a system and a coach that you really want to just play for.
Is Dayball Coach of the Year favorite?
Yes.
Has to be.
No
He
doubt
should
about
be.
it.
He
Has to be. Robert
doubt
Saleh
about it.
right
I think
behind
he's the
him.
biggest. Yeah, I think he's
Can we
the
just
biggest,
give New York the
biggest
coach
change.
of the year? Like the jersey of
Maybe
the
there's
year?
something in the water.
New
Like
York
they said,
football record, 11-3.
Yay.
Dayball walked out of the stadium yesterday, cigar in mouth, cement 3s on his feet.
Oh my God, he's got a huge.
Yeah, major Tony Soprano vibes. That's the way.
Wow.
What a
Hey,
stud.
I love that. I think he's the biggest difference in New York.
I heard
man.
someone say he's the best fat man to ever come to New York since
Biggie.
That shit f***ing kill me, bro.
He looks like he loves like a talent.
Well, you
but-
say players love playing for Daniel Jones, and maybe you can get that vibe from watching the team. But I think more than anything, they love playing for Brian Dable. Like talk about a player coach,
Yeah.
a player's coach.
Well, and
Brian Dable is so fun, man.
He believes in Daniel Jones too, which is I think why that whole team like okay, we actually got a coach that wants to play with this quarterback that we've had for the last few years has been pretty underwhelming. And now he comes in, he's looking good. The whole team is just bought in. It's great.
If you're a young player and you can go to the Jets, the Giants, the Packers, or the Bucks next year, where do you want to go?
You can choose where to go. I'm going to the Jets.
Yeah, I'd probably say Jets. I'm also biased
The
because I
Jets,
love Robert
the Jets are
Saleh.
more complete. There's more talent, and like I've said before, as soon as Zach Wilson flips the switch, they're a top 3
Bro,
team.
that switch is broken.
They're a top 3
right
team
now.
in the AFC.
That switch we need.
Oh my gosh. Felipe hasn't experienced living in New York. The Jets have no hope no matter how much talent they
Yeah.
have. They're a cursed franchise.
What do you mean? They made it to the AFC Championship a couple years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, but
That doesn't matter. They get no glory ever. They always put together
in
talented
terms of also
teams and they never do.
sustainability,
like,
I
yeah,
think
bro.
like I'm not trying to like shit on the Jets, but You beat Brett Rippon?
Who?
Brett Rippon?
Ripien?
Brett Ripon?
All right. You're a Dolphins fan.
No,
So you're
I'm
a little
not-
biased against the Jets.
I'm just saying, shout out.
the-
Record. Their defense
Jets-
their defense is carrying them. Brees Hall, RIP to the ACL. I hope you get better.
hopefully he's okay.
And he's been carrying them. But, they're not winning games because of Zach Wilson. They're winning games because their
Of
defense
course.
I'm
Which is
actually-
exactly why I'm saying that.
100%.
I'm not as bought in on the Jets as I am the Giants right now, though. I don't think the Jets. I will start to really believe in the Jets once they can beat a team with like an actual really good quarterback. Because Aaron Rodgers actually is not a good quarterback this year. Brett Reapy, Bumble, whatever the hell his name is, Reapian. I don't know. He's not that good. Like they haven't really beat.
Brett Rydog.
But they haven't. Right. Oh,
Gio just stood up and shook his head because he hears a shit talking
I know.
to the Jets.
But like I don't believe in them yet. I just don't think Zach Wilson can win a big game in like a shootout.
Well, now we're going to see. They lose Brees Hall. You can't rely on him anymore.
That's really tough. It's
Yeah,
really,
Michael
you
Carter's
hate
good.
to see
Michael
that.
Carter's
No.
very
I
You hate
He'll
to
be
see
all
that
right.
because
But if you're, oh sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, and all the Jets' lack of glory, like to have a really stud running back go down like that is really it's horrible to see.
It is that Brees Hall is currently in his MRI right now.
All right, so Brees Hall's in his
Can we
MRI
get a
right now,
live
so we'll
look?
probably
Do we
have
get a
an
live feed
update
of his
soon.
ACL of the MRI?
But
I want to
You
hear
know,
what Felipe said.
If you're
We
looking
gotta
at
move on.
if
We
you're
gotta
looking
move on.
at these two teams, you usually get talent. I mean,
The Jets have more
one
talent.
is far superior, and then head coaches. I don't know which one's better. I think they're both really good. So then quarterback, which one is better? Daniel Jones. Which one has the
don't think it's
potential to
very
be
close
better?
either.
Zach Wilson's ceiling is 10 times higher than
What's the
Daniel
most
Jones.
important position in football?
Quarterback, and Zach Wilson's ceiling is 10 times higher. Exactly.
But he's just you can't just say that all the time when you're talking about Zach
But-
Yeah, but
Wilson.
it's only
But
year
you
two.
can because it's a second year, so you can.
It's only year 2.
It's like we
DJ's
still
in
hold-
year 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4.
Regardless, it has nothing to do with the Ravens are fucking ass.
Random segue, but yeah, they're
Full-fledged.
not good.
Ass. Booty cheeks. Clap. Lana Rhodes. Booty cheeks.
The Ravens.
Full on. Tushy. Ass.
They got to win, though. And we were talking about how good the Bengals have become and how good Joe Burrow has been after the first couple weeks, and they still beat the Bengals.
Yeah, but Lamar's been playing worse. Like I'm a simp for Lamar Jackson, but you know what's happening? Last 3 weeks he's been terrible.
Yeah, he hasn't been
He only
great.
threw 16 times yesterday. What the hell? I'm just catching up on the game right now.
The
I have
game
no clue.
script is 9
9 for 16 for 120.
Gus
That's
Edwards had
But
2
they had
touchdowns.
a lead. They had a lead for most of the game, so they were obviously running the ball.
Yeah.
The game script was really
Lamar
run
rushed
heavy.
it 10 times for 60, which is pretty solid. So like,
It's not bad. It's no Daniel Jones.
yeah, I mean, no one's like Daniel Jones.
Bro, but like in a passing league, it is not sustainable to throw complete 9 passes and win a game.
It
Like
is.
Lamar is a better passer than 16 attempts.
Yeah, he is. But that doesn't mean you have to air it out 50 times. The Niners
I'm not saying that.
won games last year barely throwing the ball. Like
I
you
mean,
can
Mac
win.
Jones won a game throwing it 3 times.
Bro, your leading receiver,
Remember
you
that
drafted
shit?
you drafted Rashad Bateman, and he had 4 receptions for 42 yards, only 5 targets. Now he threw it 16 times, but Devin Duvernay, like,
He had
don't
a
get me
sick catch.
like he's playing well, but like that's your talent, bro. Mark Andrews had 0 receptions for 0 yards. That's
That
your best
sucks,
player.
bro.
Scheme that man open.
Fantasy killer. That's a fantasy.
Fantasy,
tough one.
we got
All right,
smacked
but how-
in fantasy this year.
But okay, but we give the Giants credit for, like we say, a win is a win is a win, no matter how they win and who they beat. The Ravens, they won.
They won. They
And
won a
beat the,
divisional
And they beat
game.
the Bengals a couple weeks ago. So actually in the division, I think they're undefeated. The Ravens haven't lost in the division yet, man. So look, at the end of the day, the Browns are good too. We know that. Should they win by more than they did? Yeah, but they had a lead and they almost blew another one. I think their biggest problem is just closing out games. They're up against all
talent.
these teams by a lot, by 10
they-
or more. And
Did they beat the Bucks on the road on Thursday?
Yeah, they should.
This is a prime comeback game for Tampa, but I just
This
there's
week
no
was
way that-
prime comeback. The
I know
Panthers
they've
lose
had
Christian
so many
McCaffrey.
Yeah, I know
This
they've
was
had so
it.
many. Like
It's a good week because you have Bucks prime time against the Ravens, and then you got Bills Packers in Buffalo Sunday Night Football. Bills are currently 10.5-point
so
underdogs.
you know what sucks is that you look at the schedule going into the year, you're like, holy what a week this is
yeah.
gonna
Bills,
be,
Packers.
and it's trash. This week is trash. Like,
Well, we got a Monday night game, but yeah, I don't know.
what's the Monday night one?
Tonight it's
Bears, Patriots.
Bears Patriots.
Oh.
Bear
You know
down.
my boy Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, come on, Dynasty. I know you started him this week.
I had to. I'm down 3 points, and I need Justin Fields to give me at least 4.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
I
though.
think we can do
I
that.
think so. Yeah.
I'll
That's
revoke
my favorite squad
I'll
right
revoke.
there.
bro.
I'll
That's love right
retract
there.
my Ravens are ass statement, but we got to get the man talent. We got to close out games better, and you have a lot more pieces than what you're showing right now, even on defense.
Speaking of ass, though, I know it wasn't on the script of what we want to talk to on the show, maybe Justin Herbert and the Chargers are just ass.
I second that.
Maybe they're just a bad football team. Maybe it's not just Brandon Staley. Maybe it's Justin Herbert isn't that good either right now. I know he's playing a little hurt maybe with his ribs, but
Nah, Justin Herbert's not ass though.
He's not ass, but he's also not
good.
like. At what point is it the intangibles, and then are you a winner? Like, which one do you want? Which one do you want?
Felipe.
Well, I want to win, but they're 4-3. They're winning.
And they're also losing.
I mean, you're right.
You got him.
damn.
You know, I can't say anything else after that one. No, you're
I
right. No, but they're 4-3, but like they should be winning these games. But we knew the Chargers were bad. I always said the Chargers were bad.
You did. I did.
You
I
did.
thought they were better.
I always said the Chargers were bad from
You're
before.
a genius.
Thanks, man.
Well, it's Brandon Staley, the
But at
Costco worker.
The Costco worker. Costco, not even like a valid Costco worker. He's like a sample guy. Like, get the out of here.
At a kiosk.
So like even when I was saying the Chargers were ass, I was still saying Justin Herbert's good. So it's like I knew the Chargers wouldn't be good and still expected Justin Herbert to play well. Now he's not playing at his highest level, but
I was gonna say I feel like out of all quarterbacks in the league, like for some reason Justin Herbert gets the biggest pass for when he has bad games.
nah, I think Burrow gets passes. I think we love
No, people
Burrow-
shit on Burrow a lot if he has a bad
Burrow
game,
also
though.
went to the Super Bowl, so in a way, like you deserve a pass. What have the Chargers done? Your biggest thing is they didn't make the playoffs last year. Like, what have the
but
Chargers
it's
done?
organizational. It's not Herbert.
Hey,
You
and
are
how
a big
many-
fan of the organization.
It is because
okay,
Mac
man.
Jones, who you say is f***ing ass, right, or as mid as it gets, made the playoffs last year, made the Pro Bowl because he was on a team,
because he
a
ran
good organization that knew how to win,
rode the coattails of a bell cow running back and fantastic offensive line.
and a great head coach and a great organization. And the Chargers are a horrible organization. Dude, they had Phillip Rivers for like 15 years and couldn't win.
Justin Herbert.
Like, how do you do that?
Yeah,
Phillip
that's
Rivers is one of the
pathetic.
greatest quarterbacks ever.
Yeah, well, they moved to LA. You were hoping it was going to change.
They got worse because it's like they had more fans in San Diego than they do
I
in
would say
LA.
they should have never moved
They
to
should have
LA
never
first
went
of
to
all. That was
LA.
dumb as hell.
Why does
Yeah.
everyone in LA share stadiums? Like, I get there's a lot
Nobody
of
cares about
teams-
sports in LA. That's the problem, bro. It's Hollywood, and you got the beaches, you got everything else. Football is
Sports,
like
it's the
sports
last
in
thing you
general is the
care about.
last thing you care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just.
Whereas,
it's
like,
also
you go to
good
the Midwest.
It's also a good city. There's nothing to do in the Midwest.
That's what I'm saying. You go to the
Nothing to do
Midwest.
in the Midwest. That's why everyone.
That's why
loves
everybody
football.
was watching football and sports.
I get it. I'm just saying, like,
fan base is not the best
What
out
did
there.
LA do
Yeah.
to you?
You look
No,
at.
I'm just being honest with the
Look,
fan base.
look at the
I
look at the
think
best
it's a good
fan
point.
bases. Look at, like
The best fan
Green
base-
Bay.
I just,
oh my god!
I just feel slowly triggered because I feel like Miami can be looped into that one too.
Miami
So
is
could New
looped
York.
into that because have you ever
But
heard
New York's
one
got good fans.
Have you ever heard one
York's got
person
great
say, you know who's got a really good fan base?
Miami.
The Miami
Yeah,
Dolphins.
never.
My God, that fan base is good.
Yeah.
No
People don't
one's
go
ever
to.
said that.
I haven't heard about the Niners.
I'm not claiming that.
All right.
Nah,
You
they're
did
not-
say
not-
you did say there's a Dolphins jersey at every stadium in Peronia.
I did see one yesterday at
We saw
Washington.
it.
There's a Dolphins, but they're
It's
so
weird.
easy to point out too because the teal.
But you know what? The return of DeAndre Hopkins happened on Thursday night.
Yep.
And not only did the return of DeAndre Hopkins happen, but the return of saying DeAndre Hopkins is a top 5 wide receiver. Is that
Man, what a comeback! I mean, to come back from taking PEDs and
PEDs.
everything, it was just a special time. I hated his comeback video. That hype video was so fucking stupid. I would say he's a top 5, top 3 wide receiver still.
Yeah.
you
He's
could-
so
yeah.
good.
You could argue he's the best receiver in the game right now.
I feel you've been able to say that for the last 5, 6
You could, but people
years.
don't want to say it because
No.
you got the Cups and the Devontae Adams and all that.
Yeah, he was never the sexy pick, right? But he was the best.
DeAndre Hopkins, but that's what's crazy. He's 6'1" and he plays like he's 6'5".
That's great.
It's unbelievable.
wild.
It's unbelievable. Like you think he's a big body because the way he goes up, he might be the best jump ball
I would say if you're
receiver.
a corner challenging him on a catch, you ain't winning that.
You're not winning
shit.
that.
Go ahead.
So no, just completing that. Like he's a complete receiver, great route runner, great hands.
He's got
him
the
and
best hands
Deshaun,
in football.
probably.
My Lord.
Him
Oh
and
my
Deshaun
God.
Watson in Houston when they were together,
my
it was
God.
unbelievable. You just threw that ball anywhere in his
was
vicinity.
filth.
He probably has the best catch radius out of any receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just as complete as it gets. And now he's back, and it's fun to watch. I think he might be the best receiver in the league.
I'll say, like, where would you rate him among, like, realistically right now? Would you say he's one?
Give me Devontae, and then give me Hopkins.
So you're saying the best receivers in football right now, 1A, 1B, are Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins?
Fully.
Nah. But
I don't
people
hate that. I don't hate that
But
take.
people forgot about DeAndre Hopkins. I think that was like the biggest thing. Like even coming into the offseason, we ranked wide receivers and stuff like that, and everyone we put like D-Hop third, and everyone's like he's not even top 10 anymore. And I think it's crazy that
bullshit.
we forget. And yes,
Like,
we are the
he's-
recency bias kings.
He's better than Cooper Kupp. He's better than Tyreek Hill.
Bro,
I think
yeah,
he's,
when he's
I think
on
he's
the
better
field-
than Justin Jefferson for sure right now. Stephon Diggs. And let's do the little thing where we do the
I want to ask
do that one.
because even for me though, I think DeAndre Hopkins is still a top 3 wide receiver. And I don't even think it's really that close.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can make the argument for a lot of people, and we were talking off screen. It's like, would you take Jamar Chase? Would you take Justin Jefferson? And you're saying it's close.
Like,
but
I don't
the way
know.
D-Hop moves, like,
Yeah.
he's not even he doesn't even have like 4.3 speed.
Doesn't.
It's all technicality,
He's
and
sick.
I think that's why.
He's so sick.
So with D-Hop coming back, how many wide receivers do you think are better than DeAndre Hopkins right now?
One or two.
I've one definitive, and it's not even that definitive. I'm gonna say Devontae Adams.
I'll take D-Hop over Devontae. Personally.
All right, well, I'm going to name a bunch of wide receivers, and I want to see if you take
All right.
D-Hop over them, all right?
All right.
So
Tyreek.
the question is.
The question is, will you take D-Hop over this wide receiver?
Okay.
All right? Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not nice. Jamar Chase.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Devontae Adams.
Yes.
No, I won't. I like Devontae. Give me Devontae.
No, but that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you
Stephon
that.
Diggs.
Yes.
Yes.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
yeah.
No question.
Debo Samuel.
Yes.
Mike Evans.
Yeah. No
Oh
question.
my God. Yeah.
Amon Ra.
Easy.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
DK.
Yeah.
Easy, bro.
I mean,
There's no point to keep going.
Cooper Kupp.
You didn't say Cup.
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Bro, if
But
DeAndre
it's
Hopkins-
close. That's the closest one to me, actually. I
If
think.
DeAndre Hopkins was schemed up in a system that Cooper Kupp is right now,
Oh,
he would be the greatest.
be-
He'd have the greatest single season we'd
He'd be
ever seen
crazy,
in history.
bro. So wait, so the conclusion we're coming to here though is that
DeAndre Hopkins is a top 2 wide receiver right
or
now.
that
Or the
he's-
best in the
he's
league.
still the best wide receiver in football. Like that's just he has been for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think it's that close. DeAndre Hopkins, after it goes Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek,
Yeah.
Stephon
I
Diggs,
think-
Jamar Chase,
Yeah, I was
Justin
gonna say,
Jefferson,
I
Keenan
think,
Gap.
I think
Oh,
Devontae, D-Hop, and Cooper Kupp, you could interchange any of those 1 to 3, and I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah.
But I think if you had to ask me, I think D-Hop's one.
If you put DeAndre Hopkins on any other team, or if you could put DeAndre Hopkins on any other team, what team would you want him to go to? In terms of like coach,
Well, the San Francisco
scheme?
49ers.
No, like
Football Giants.
like real shit.
Traditionally,
Don't say the Cowboys. Say real shit.
Other than your team is the question.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say traditionally, I would want to see him with like Aaron Rodgers or a quarterback like that. But now I don't want to see him in that system because that, right?
Rams.
Right now, yeah, it'd be fun to see him in.
I think
in
the Rams.
LA.
If you put him in like where, I guess you take him out where Cooper Kupp is though, because you'd put him outside where Allen Robinson
hard.
is, wouldn't you?
Could you imagine if he was
I
on
wanna
the
see him in
Dol-
Baltimore.
What about the Dolphins? Oh, yuck.
Yeah, but I want him. I want him with a good quarterback.
You get those
though.
2 speedsters and D-Hop in there? Oh,
You didn't
my
like that one.
God.
You didn't like that.
You
You
didn't
didn't have
need
to go for the
You
throat
didn't
like that.
need to do that.
Okay, but I want to see him with an elite quarterback. I want to see him with a top
Joe
5 to 7
Burrow?
quarterback. Yeah,
Him
Jamar.
and Jamar.
Okay, but they're stacked already.
He has Jamar.
If
They're
you
stacked
if
already.
you put DeAndre Hopkins on the Rams, is he the best wide receiver in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you put DeAndre Hopkins where Jamar Chase is he the best wide receiver in the
yeah.
NFL?
I already
just
said
determined
he was
he's the best wide
so
receiver in
yeah.
the
I'm just
NFL.
curious.
Arizona.
Like, I'm just curious. Like scheme. If
You put him on the Tennessee Titans.
Nah, I don't know
How's he
about
doing?
that. Tear trash
But I feel like you could get like a middle school quarterback,
and throw it.
and if DeAndre Hopkins is at receiver, you can just throw it in his vicinity and he'll make a catch.
You know who you could throw?
D-Hop
You know who
down
could
there
be
somewhere.
D-Hop's
Like,
quarterback?
seriously.
You know who could be D-Hop's quarterback and he could still succeed? What's that meme of the dude throwing and it's
Oh,
bad?
Oh, the dude in the movie.
Yeah, what movie? We know the
Duff, movie? Duff or Buff, something like that.
Some
That's
I
a
have no
yeah.
idea.
he's like
Yeah, he's like
D-Hop could catch that. So D-Hop's we're all in conclusion here. D-Hop's still a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL.
yeah,
top 2 and he ain't 2.
yeah. There you go. I'm leaving it at that.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna wrap it up. Say goodbye. We'll see you Wednesday.
Let's go Niners.
Pins up. You think the Ravens are as bad as I think they are? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, if you want to join our Discord and debate with us, hit that link below.